Before we dive into the details of this absolutely chaotic finish at Lumen Field, I need everyone to hit that like button right now to help push this news to the entire 12th-man community. I also want to know exactly where the Seahawks faithful are tuned in from today. Drop your name and your city in the comments section below. I want to see if we have Seattle represented in every state, so let me know where you are watching from. Now, let's get right into the analysis of a game that has completely shifted the narrative for this franchise heading into the postseason. What we witnessed against the Los Angeles Rams wasn't just a win, it was an exorcism of recent demons and a statistical anomaly that frankly shouldn't have happened. We are talking about a Seattle Seahawks team that prior to Thursday night held an all-time record of 0-1-5-5-0 when trailing by 16 or more points in the fourth quarter. Let that sink in for a moment. 0 wins, 155 losses. History said this game was over. The data said the Rams had this locked up. But the resilience I saw from Sam Darnold and the aggressive play calling from Mike Macdonald tells a different story about the DNA of this 12-3 squad. My sources inside the locker room have emphasized all season that the belief system Macdonald has installed is bulletproof, and we saw that manifested in real time during this 38-37 overtime thriller. Let's be honest about the quarterback play early in this game. It was ugly. Sam Darnold looked like he was reverting to the struggles we saw in the November 16th matchup against these same Rams, where he threw 4 interceptions. In this contest, he started with 2 picks, and the murmur in the press box, and certainly in the stands, was that Darnold was becoming a liability against this specific division rival. However, what separates a bridge quarterback from a franchise leader is the ability to maintain composure when the walls are closing in. Darnold finished 22 for 34 for 270 yards, but the stats don't tell the whole story. It was the mental reset he performed in the fourth quarter that matters. I'm told by people close to the sideline that Darnold's demeanor never wavered, even after the turnovers. He wasn't yelling, he wasn't panicking, he was calculating. That composure was validated by Jackson Smith-Jigba immediately after the game. When you have a young star receiver like JSN stating publicly that he has the most confidence you can have in a person regarding his quarterback, that speaks volumes about the chemistry developing behind the scenes. Smith-Jigba noted that Darnold simply keeps swinging. In the NFL, short-term memory is a quarterback's greatest asset, and Darnold displayed elite amnesia regarding his early mistakes to deliver 2 massive touchdown drives when the season's momentum was on the line. One touchdown came late in the fourth to level the game at 30-30, erasing a deficit that would have broken lesser teams. The second came in overtime to pull Seattle within 1, setting the stage for the most pivotal decision of the season. We have to talk about Mike Macdonald's decision to go for 2. This is the new NFL. This is analytics meeting instinct. When Seattle scored in overtime to make it 37-36, the safe money, the conservative, old-school approach, is to kick the PAT and hope your defense holds. But Macdonald went for the jugular. My analysis here is that Macdonald recognized his defense was gassed and that the momentum was entirely on the offensive side. Putting the ball in Darnold's hands to win or lose the game right there shows a level of trust that we haven't fully appreciated until now. Darnold dropped back and found tight end Eric Saubert in the back of the end zone. It wasn't a flashy play. It was a surgical execution of a high-pressure concept. That play didn't just win a game, it clinched a playoff berth and moved the Seahawks to 12-3. Darnold's post-game comments to the Prime Video crew were incredibly revealing regarding the team's mindset. He specifically mentioned that they weren't in a hurry-up panic mode during that final drive. He said, "We practiced so many situations throughout the week. It was just like, all right guys, let's just play one play at a time." That quote is crucial. It tells me that the coaching staff is preparing these guys for chaos. When the stadium is shaking, when the season is on the line, the Seahawks were operating with the calm of a Wednesday practice. Darnold also made sure to credit the offensive line, noting he wouldn't have had the time to find Saubert or JSN without the big guys up front holding their ground against a ferocious Rams pass rush. We also cannot overlook the spark that ignited this historic comeback. Before Darnold's heroics, it was Rashid Shaheed on special teams taking one to the house. In games decided by a single point, special teams are often the difference maker. Shaheed's return broke the Rams' contain, and more importantly, woke up the crowd at Lumen Field. It shifted the energy in the building, allowing the offense to feed off that adrenaline. When you look at the composition of a Super Bowl contender, you need 3 phases: a quarterback who can recover from the stakes, a coach willing to take risks, and a special teams unit that can flip the field. Seattle showed all 3 on Thursday night. Looking ahead, this win does more than just add a tally to the win column. By moving to 12-3, the Seahawks are positioning themselves not just as a playoff participant, but as a legitimate threat to take the NFC crown. They have shown they can win ugly, they can win via blowout,
and now they have proven they can win by making history and overcoming a deficit that has been statistically insurmountable for decades. The Rams have been a thorn in Seattle's side, and Darnold exercising those demons by beating them in this fashion is a massive psychological hurdle cleared before the postseason begins. The connection between Darnold and his weaponry, specifically Smith-Jigba and Saubert, is peaking at the right time. While the interceptions are a concern that needs to be cleaned up, you cannot give the ball away twice in the playoffs and expect to survive. The ability to generate 38 points and convert in the clutch outweighs the early mistakes in this specific context. This team is dangerous because they don't know when they are beaten. They played 4 quarters and an overtime period with a next play mentality that is incredibly difficult to coach against. So, as we look at the standings and the path forward, I want to hear from you. Mike Macdonald made the call to go for 2 and the win rather than playing for a tie or extending the game. It worked this time, but it's a high-risk strategy. Do you love the aggression from the head coach, or would you prefer a more conservative approach when the playoffs arrive? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.